Welcome back to He Said, She Said. We're here with our very dear friend, Judy Gibson, Coach Ron Tunick, myself, Ellen, and Robin. Once again, every time I do this, I'm going to have to apologize. Even Kyle said, I didn't realize how important Robin was to keeping you guys on track. So hurry home, honey.
We talk too much.
Yeah, that's why we're on radio. We talk and then we make faces.
But you had like a little honeymoon trip. I mean, helicopter, resort.
She's going to tell us all about that next week.
Best picture with her and
Best
her
picture
handsome
ever.
husband. Yeah.
Yes.
Really cool picture. They need to do this at least once a quarter.
Well, I told her I'm already planning her next trip. This was good.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. All right, so this is the big dilemma. So you have a student who's from a single family. The student must work to attend college. However, the job's interfering with the student's performance, and several assignments have not been turned in. You've determined that a D is all the student can make when a counselor informs the teacher that the student needs a C to qualify for an academic scholarship. What do you do? What do you do?
This is kind of a heart-wrenching. This is an ethical dilemma, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not really a moral
No,
dilemma, and it's not a social dilemma. It's an ethical
right.
dilemma.
But that's
Okay.
a good dilemma to have, don't you think?
If you have to have a dilemma, I don't know.
While you're thinking,
Yeah,
I was
it's just my initial reaction is give it to him. But then that other side of me that you and I banter on, especially when it comes to these sports guys who get given things because they can run or catch a football, and that makes me absolutely crazy.
Are you jealous that you can't run or catch a football?
I can run.
Oh.
I would break my nails catching a football, so I'm not interested in that. But half the problem with sports is these kids are given.
You run like a little duck. When I see you on the treadmill, it's hilarious.
You must love that then.
Yes, I do. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
You look hot this morning.
Quiet.
Go ahead. Doesn't she look good, Judy?
They should be held to the same standards and accountability that everybody else. So I'm changing my mind. No.
You know what? I agree totally with the last part of Ellen's comment. The only thing I would, as a teacher, look at is, okay, was this student really trying? Was he really, he was handing in his work. He's really trying.
He's getting an academic scholarship.
Well, no.
Well, wait a minute.
Really.
In this particular class, was he having problems? What were the problems?
The student must have worked to attend college.
How close was he to the C? If she really wanted to be compassionate about it, saying, this could make or
But
break.
there's more important things than a grade, ladies. There's more important things than a grade. Grades are meaningless in the real.
You cannot take athletes and make their whole situation
This is not an
different.
athlete.
Well, that's what I was asking. Is it
This
an
not
athlete or is
No,
it just
he's
a regular
hard-working
person?
college student
I thought
from a
okay,
single-family home. He barely has anything to eat.
Anyway,
He's a
what I was going to
latchkey
say
growing
is
up.
a lot of teachers, when they feel that they look at that and they say, listen, I know students, and my kids have done it. Hey, how can I bring up my grade? Right now I have this. How can I bring up my grade? And they go, well, you're going to have to do some extra work, extra credit. That'll give you more points to bring up your grade. So if that's possible, then go for that. If he's that close and he has tried. If he hasn't tried, then I don't know.
Okay, but are you going to end up setting this kid up for failure because he's really not academically able?
No, the kid's getting a scholarship. This is one little stupid class. In typing.
So we know how you feel.
Yeah.
Because it's one little stupid class.
It's a typing class.
We don't know what it is.
I'm making it up. It's a typing
Well,
class.
but all these things are important,
It's
Ron.
home ec.
You're throwing in other facts and that, But anyway,
he has a tendency to do that.
I have a tendency to mostly agree with Ellen. And
Of course you
especially
do.
no, but I did bring up that other part. Is
He's already forgotten that, Judy.
He's, the kid
It's a
has
home ec
been
class.
struggling.
You don't know that.
He's been struggling
What
in
if
this
it's math?
class, and if he's so close that all he has to do
Is an extra credit.
to bring that grade up to a C, then I would let him do that.
So, Ron,
if he's a good student and he's so close to that.
You just want him, you just say, yeah, whatever.
No, I wouldn't just give it to him. I would make him work for it if it's possible. For
The kid's an,
I agree
kid's
with
an
you.
Eagle Scout. The kid
Ron,
donates
okay, here
his
we
time
go.
at
Here
the
we
local.
go. Yeah.
The kid donates his time.
In order for
he
us,
donates blood.
in order for us to sway our opinions,
Yeah.
he has to throw out all these other
Yeah,
facts.
because he
Okay.
doesn't have a leg to stand on.
But I agree with Ellen, and I've seen it too many times with my kids going to school.
He helps out at the church. He's an altar boy. He gives blood. He's an Eagle Scout.
These athletes, I tell you, they get. They don't get homework on the nights they have a game.
He walks people like
They
you
don't,
across the street.
No, if they're just an athlete, and no.
Come on, be serious. Can you be serious for 2 seconds?
Yes, it's not an athlete.
Well,
okay, that's fine.
But
Not
that's
an
what I
athlete.
said. And I put other
But-
parameters
So
in there.
what you're saying is give it to him.
No, make him work
Absolutely.
for it. He's got to work for it.
Because what about someone who
Because this is a
isn't
great
a
kid.
latchkey
You have to.
kid? How do you know?
I'm the one that's making up the story.
Yeah, but now you're making it up more.
But now, now
you gave us the initial
Now-
I'm trying to
so now you're
overturn your ridiculous.
Exactly.
why is it ridiculous? Oh, watch
No,
out!
see,
You're
that's-
going down a wrong road
That's
there.
why we get to banter, because we have different opinions.
What makes you feel that it's just okay?
Because in the real world, grades are meaningless.
Well, then
in the
every
real
single
world,
person-
what's meaningless
Well-
is the size of your heart, your compassion to help other people to succeed.
That does not get you
This
into
is what
college.
this kid has. This kid has all this stuff.
You are
Altar
reading in
boy.
between some lines that are not there. As
I'm
usual.
telling you what the kid's background is.
Will you
Altar
just, hey, hold off. Back it up. Back it up. Let's get a little bit real here. Okay? Look and repeat that and really tell me what you think. Because this is,
here's what I think. I think the kid deserves a C. And I think if it was a really compassionate, smart, intelligent, innovative type teacher,
why?
he
What
would
does
meet with the kid and
what
say,
did he do to, that's a really operative,
There are a lot of
deserve?
kids out there like that.
There's a lot of kids that deserve.
And I'm thinking about my life and my children, and I was a single mom, and I still feel that my daughters needed to, if they wanted that C, they need extra credit if they can get it to bring it up.
I mean, are you not teaching them something?
we'll see you after the break to continue the conversation on He Said, She Said on KHTS. 12:20 a.m. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Southern California's best radio station, KHTS AM 1220. And yeah, it's hot here in Southern California. So, Elle and Judy, I'm reading this article in the Wall Street Journal about China stealing our secrets. I mean, Elle, think about it. You're one of the greatest cooks in Southern California. Can you imagine if the Chinese started to steal your recipes? You would not be very happy.
No, definitely I would not be happy.
You wouldn't be very happy.
Those
So
recipes are powerful.
they are powerful. And
I can get you to do most anything if I cook for you.
So we have a wonderful expert on the phone. His name is Jason Bonk, everybody. He's a privacy expert at Cozen O'Connor. Welcome to Southern California, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Speak up just a little bit into your... Are you on your cell or landline?
I am on my cell.
Okay, speak up just a little bit more so we can
Sure.
hear that great voice
We're
of
good.
yours. So tell us real quick, what does Cozen O'Connor do?
Well, we are a law firm that is we have over 25 domestic offices. We're a full-service firm. We have international offices as well. So I personally am a litigator, but we obviously have lawyers that do a lot of different things.
Now, do you do divorce work by any chance?
But are you going to get into the Ashley Madison story now?
This is what happens every time on our show.
Yeah. So, Jason, let me ask you an
Certainly right.
honest question. We know, you know, I know, Ellen and Judy knows what the Chinese are doing, the government knows. How come we're not doing anything to stop this? Invasion of our privacy, stealing our trade secrets. What is going on?
Well, we are. I mean, you mentioned the Wall Street Journal article, and it's the one I'm thinking of. They certainly have announced, the government has announced, and the FBI specifically, that they're going to be utilizing FISA, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, more, I guess, intently and more frequently in order to detect these situations of corporate espionage.
So,
and how confident do you feel that this is actually something? They always tell us what they're going to use. They always tell us what they're going to do. And then between the bureaucracy and everything else, nothing ends up working.
I guess it's true. You were mentioning cooking earlier, and I know that they are now taking a case to trial where I guess there was 2 moles from a Chinese, whatever type of organization it is, that wanted to steal the secrets as to certain corn products that are grown in somewhere in Middle America, and so they were hiding these corn seeds in Orville Redenbacher popcorn boxes.
We just had that the other night.
See, I was close when I said they're trying to steal your fabulous recipes. I was right on.
Wow.
So, Jason, I'm a little on the right. My missus is a little bit on the left. Judy, where are you?
I'm a moderate.
You're a moderate.
But I am concerned about
We're all
surveillance. I'm a little bit mixed too, like you said, with the opinions of the people, because they're going to start tracking more in the corporate industry, but how is business? I mean, all these businesses, how are they going to feel about it? But then again, I feel that we need it because look what happened to the IRS.
It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
I mean,
where's the catch-22?
The catch-22 is everyone complains about too much government, and then everybody complains when you start monitoring. I mean, nobody seems to be happy whether so that's where the catch-22.
Jason's a high-priced attorney. Let him go. Let him get in there and sue the crap out of these people and bring them to court. Jason, let's go.
Well, is there something like that we can do?
Prosecutor.
Yeah.
Well, look. I mean, there's harm that, and there could be civil suits resulting, for example, from the corn theft. For example, for whoever has the patent on the seed, right? Whether it's Monsanto or somebody else, I don't know. But the reality is, I agree that it's a catch-22 in the sense that corporate actors, whether domestic and acting as agents to foreigners that may be, engaging in corporate espionage or worse, terrorism, are certainly going to cry foul and say, "Oh, you're monitoring me. You're monitoring me." And if somebody is not doing anything wrong, though, one could certainly argue that, hey, I have nothing to hide. They're not monitoring my personal life. And to the extent they are, it's because they're being...
Well, you just opened up a whole can of worms. Talking to Jason Bunk, everybody. He's a high-priced, one of these attorneys makes $750 an hour at Cozy. Oh, I guarantee
how do you know that? We're the best.
Kind of you.
I guarantee he's making that kind of dough. On KHTS, listen.
Get a better light, why don't you?
Yeah, right.
In Southern California, listen to KHTS 1220 AM, one of the great radio stations. You can also download the app,
Not
Judy.
now, Ron.
Not now?
Not now.
All right, back to, I like Jason already.
I do too.
So who's monitoring us? Be honest, Jason. Is the government monitoring Ellen and Judy's daily behavior? I mean, where are the cameras? Come on, dog, open up.
Well, let me ask. Let me ask you, Ron. How much corporate espionage are Ellen and Judy involved in?
You want the truth?
Jason, that was interesting. You asked us. You need to ask Ron.
And Ron, yourself too. Have you ever seen the movie Small Time Crooks with Woody Allen? Where they have the front is the cookie shop. Where they're stealing stuff underground.
Yeah.
Well, there's the excuse of cooking.
Well, then another example that I was thinking of is when we were talking about monitoring. It reminded me of that movie Enemy of the State. Remember that? With Will Smith,
Yep.
and then she's going, well, who's monitoring the monitors? It's
right,
like...
Right. Well, one thing I have to say is, look, I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there, and there's a lot of people who think that, the government is watching our every move, and there have been reports recently that cell phone carriers have provided the NSA with tons of information about all of us.
Right.
That may be true or not true, I don't know. I don't think any of us quite know the means or extent to which there is surveillance of all of us as the American public, nor necessarily should we. Because if you take as, let's say it's half true, all the stories we've heard over the years in the last decade about how corporate actors domestically have in some way, shape, or form contributed or facilitated terrorism. I think some of those stories, they're at least partially true, if not more. Some of them are probably overblown, and like I said, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there. But presumably, a balance can be stricken in the sense that there can be surveillance that protects us but doesn't invade our privacy to an extent that is almost offensive.
Yeah, but that takes rational people. That takes very rational people, people who feel accountable to what they're doing, and unfortunately, we don't trust people to do that.
I agree. I do agree with that, and I think there's a general sentiment of that. And I think that recently, you mentioned the Ashley Madison issue, and
no, you mentioned it. I didn't mention it. We're not talking about it.
But that's a good example.
Where are you located? I like his voice. He could be. Why don't we hire him and call him once in a while when we have questions about espionage?
Well, can
Sure.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, because we unfortunately have to wrap this up. Where can people go to get real information on this topic?
Great question.
I mean,
of course
that is a great question. I mean, you can go to government websites of any kind. I mean, the FBI's website. You're only going to see so
much. Which websites?
Though.
The Chinese websites?
No, stop.
No.
Not the Chinese. Yeah, I mean, look, if you Google FISA, for example, in all caps, the acronym for the Foreign Intelligence Security Surveillance Act, right? You're going to find quite a bit of information about what the rights and limitations are. And, the government is not authorized to go and just, be monitoring it, nor could they, given the millions and billions of people that are out there monitoring every step of everybody's move. And they're not doing that. And I mean, there's an element of paranoia there. But you can certainly get information about what they are able to do. And there does need to be a probable threat for them to invoke their rights under FISA. And I think that the rational actor sort of point that you mentioned is absolutely right, and that's tough to find in this day and age with all of the hacking cyber breaches that are happening all over the place.
I think we've lost trust. That's the problem.
We have lost trust, but you know what? You mentioned the voice lawyers. I mentioned Ashley Madison. Where's the trust really being lost?
Yeah, no kidding. Where are you located in the country? You're fun. Where are you?
I'm in New York City.
New York City, attorney with a personality. Jason Bonk, everybody.
Well, thank you.
You all are fun, too.
Yeah, the law firm of Cozy O'Connor. If you need him, he'll be back. We'll have him back on the show.
Okay.
He's fun.
Jason, you opened up a lot of really great questions for another time. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so
pal.
much, Jason.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, we're going to come right back on the show that we call He Said, She Said with these two doll babies I'm with today, Judy Gibson.
I'm a doll baby today. That wasn't what you said 5 minutes ago.
No, first of all, I said I loved you, and I said you looked hot today.
But you made a face earlier.
Well, you were making a face. We'll be right back.
Good thing they can't see us.